We're here with our girl Remy, and we are gonna go to Vibe and hang out and talk and ask some good questions and have a little snacky poo and have a good time. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Especially if we're snacking.
Yeah, we snacking.
I can't leave before 7. I have to be in by 9. So I'm doing all the running that I have to do in that little bit of time frame.
Welcome home.
I see Popeye. Whose idea was that?
Welcome home, Remy. So one of the things that we talked about when we were coming up here was about your son. Were there any milestones of his specifically that you missed that are still kind of emotional for you?
I would say every day that I wasn't there with him definitely hurt. The kid that he is now is so different from the baby, you know, he was really a baby that I left. I was telling someone earlier that I didn't know he knew how to dance until I went to his Facebook account and see him doing a Schmurder dance, a Bobby Schmurder to the Shmoney dance. I'm like, okay, he knows how to dance. Note to self.
There's Nicki Minaj and there's Iggy. That's it. What are your thoughts on what it means to be a woman in hip hop in 2014 now that you're home?
Well, first, explain to me what exactly is a female rapper.
That's a good question. What are your thoughts on that? Is there such a thing?
I mean, I don't believe so. I think there's females that just happen to be rappers. Is there a male rapper? Have you ever asked a guy how does it feel to be a male
Never.
rapper? Of course
we put women in categories.
Right. So, and contrary to popular belief, Nicki and Iggy aren't the only ones that's out. They're the only ones that, you know, are getting that mainstream attention. That's that. I don't ever want to feel like I have to put on a costume to, you know, come out. And this is not me throwing shots at anybody, or, you know, because that is what some people do. That's who they are. That's not who I am, though. So I'm gonna be me.
How did you work through being a newlywed and being incarcerated?
Well, for one, I don't think marriage is hard. I don't think any relationship when the people, you know, want to be together and they are together for the right reasons is hard. Marriage is supposed to be, you know, no matter what, unconditional. Some people don't know what unconditional means. It means no matter what the condition is.
Now, you guys did have conjugal visits. You were allowed to have conjugal visits at intervals.
Right.
What if you were not able to have that type of intimacy at all for the past 6.5 years? Then it might have been hard, maybe, or no?
I mean,
more of a challenge.
Well, you know, when I was on Rikers, we didn't have conjugal anything. Like you have to be willing to sacrifice certain things. You know, everything is not about sex. People dwell on just that part. There's so many other aspects of a relationship, especially when you're going through something like I was going through. It was times where it wasn't even on our mind. Like we were fighting my appeal. You know, the kids were going through things. It was just all type of craziness going on. And that was not even the first 5 things on our minds of things that we needed to do. Forget wanted to do, that we needed to handle.
Have you thought about having a little?
I mean, it's kind of hard not to think about it when someone's in your ear every day, all day talking about it.
Okay, so husband is down, wants to.
He wants like a basketball team.
Yes.
Like, he wants a football team.
So where do you stand?
I'm just like, all right, maybe 2, okay, but not right now.
What's your biggest fear right now?
Going back to prison. I never ever want to go back, ever. That's probably like my biggest fear. And it's like I'm home and, you know, I'm free, but I'm really not. Like, you know, I have to report to my officer, my parole officer every week, and I have to be in the house by a certain time. I can't leave my house before a certain time. And, you know, I can't drink, and I can't have people around me that are drinking. There's so much things that I can't do, or there's consequences, you know, the consequences I might go back to prison. So every day in between, you know, me being really happy and me being calm, I have to still be aware. I don't want to, you know, lose myself and get too excited And I have to be aware of the people that are around me and the actions that I do, because it could potentially cause me to go back to the worst place that I've ever been in my life.